Welcome back to another Messages of Hope, Angel Message of Hope, intuitive reading. We're just going to pull a few cards from a few angel decks and see what message wants to come through for you today whenever you're watching this. Okay, let's see. What angel message wants to come through? We have patience. Now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student because in the future, you will synthesize your knowledge into action. Okay, let's pull from another deck. What additional, hold up, let's see here. Okay, what additional angel messages want to come through? What additional messages want to come through? Let's see what. Okay, there might be two. Is there another? There we go. Hello, you saw that. Okay, so the one that you just saw. Well, yeah. So we'll do that one first. It says, Archangel Metatron. I am Archangel Metatron, the initiator of change. I am here to remind you that you are not a body. You are a bright light made of pure energy. Your thoughts and words manifest your world and what's in it. Pay close attention to your thoughts and words today. Pay close attention to your thoughts and words today. Okay, the other one. Oh, okay. We have Archangel Anael. So Archangel Metatron and Archangel Anael. And this says, do you have a strained relationship or friendship that needs to be healed? Think of a person with whom you'd like to experience healing and a pure, honest connection. What part have you played in this relationship becoming strained? Forgive yourself, dear one, for your part in the creation of disconnection, and see how this forgiveness alone will change the energy of you and the person. Yes, those things that we shift within ourselves have a ripple effect, right? So even if you're not talking to the person, but you're choosing to take action on forgiving yourself, that can open up the energetic space between you and another person. So, okay, good. So far we have patience. You're a student learning right now. We have Archangel Metatron, the initiator of change, reminding you that you are more than a body. You are bright light, and be mindful of your words and thoughts and how powerful forgiving yourself can be in a relationship. And let's get our final message from the Guardian Angel deck and see what else wants to come through, and then see if there's, an overarching message. I kind of see one forming already. It flipped up, but it went right back down. I don't know which one that was. Let's see. What message wants to come through from the Guardian Angels? Ooh, okay. Could be the same one. It's the same color. I know that. It's purple. Okay, so purple, acceptance. Did we get this in a recent reading? We may have. It says, there is nothing about you that you need to fix. Reclaim the disowned parts of you that yearn for love and acceptance. You are beautiful just as you are, regardless of any faults you may perceive you have. You are an eternally radiant being of light. Accept all that you are and just be you. When you truly accept yourself, your whole world will magically and lovingly transform. So there's absolutely a theme here. So you may be feeling stuck in a situation and really wanting to leap to a space of just feeling better, of being out of, whatever stuckness you're in right now. And it sounds like there may be an element of you being really hard on yourself for something. Here's the thing here, when we're hard on ourselves, I want to say that the good thing within that first is that means you care. It means you have an awareness of, you know what? I could have done something differently, right? It's you have the awareness of where a shift can take place. Now, with that said, you are human. We all make mistakes, right? Sometimes a little mistake, sometimes a massive mistake. And choosing to have acceptance and forgive ourselves is not saying that what was done was okay or acceptable, right? If that applies to your situation, please take what resonates, leave what does not. Or maybe this is about someone else and what they have done, right? So acceptance is not about saying condoning, bad behavior, right? That's not what this is. But things that have already happened, right? We cannot change the past. And so if we stay so locked in and attached to the past being wrong for what it was, then that doesn't leave space for us to be able to move forward. The way to move forward is actually accepting it for what it was. And then the way we move forward is by recognizing, and so what do I take from this to move forward? I know I just talked about this, I think, in the last one, about, making sure to learn, right? Learn from what happened. And so whether it be your own, maybe you put your own stumbling blocks in front of you, what are you learning from those so that you can then step upon those or in front of you so they can be your stepping stones as you move forward? Or if there was something that someone else did that needs to be forgiven, same thing. All the stones that get thrown at you, when you learn from them, you recognize, okay, what's the gem here? What is the light in this? Because here's the thing, you're being reminded that you are light too. So even in the darkest situations, there can be something of light to be seen and found. And when you find that, the gift is because it's going to resonate with you. You are light. You are light. So when you find the light in the dark, which on the one hand, when we're in a dark situation, it can be like, where's the light, right? Really hard to find. And yet at the same time, it's in the dark that we can find the light the most. So we can come at this from two different angles. I'm encouraging you to look for the lesson, look for what you can learn. And sometimes we've got to dig deep. Sometimes it shows up easily. But if that's too hard, I think what the angels are saying are to remember that you are also light, and you're light in a human body. You are not perfect. You are not perfect. And the way that we can rectify the past is by, again, learning from it, right? And that's that light. That's that light in that. That's going to help nourish you, nurture you. It's going to give you some fuel to make whatever shifts are showing up in front of you, remembering that you are the light. And as you see those lessons that are also light filled, they are gifts to you to help you feel and shine even brighter. And anyway, I was going to add one more thing to that. I'm a big believer in you knowing who you are. So I know this one, was it this one? So accept all that you are and just be you. And you may be saying with that, but how do I be me if I don't know who I am? This is giving you a starting place to know that you are light. You're also absolutely loved without question. The inherent core of who you are, whether you know who that is or not, is beautiful, is amazing, does not need to be fixed. Is there possibly room for growth within how you are living out your human journey? There's room for growth in all of us, right? So if that's the thing. That's where we tweak and we grow and we change, right? So when we say nothing needs to be fixed, who you are inherently, you're not a broken person. Even though we can feel like someone who's broken, you're not broken. But if you want to shift something to feel better and move forward, then there's going to be lessons in your journey that can support you in making shifts as you move forward so that you grow and evolve into, more of who you are, who you want to be, what move towards what is, what are your desires? What are your dreams and goals? Those things are absolutely part of this human journey, right? So it might even be, it may be, this is also talking about the pay close attention to your thoughts and words, right? So is there possibly something that you're telling yourself that is not true about who you are? And maybe that's where some things are getting tripped up. So I'm a big believer, to ask yourself the question, if this is resonating for you, if you haven't already done this, ask yourself, who am I? Who am I at my core? And just sit with that question, see what answers you receive. And if you don't like, if that's too challenging for you, maybe there's a lot of mental chatter going on, journal it out. Or you could even, maybe you don't like journaling either. I encourage that for everyone, by the way, though. So it's a good skill, or, it's a good hobby to get into. You get to do it your way. There's not a right or wrong about it. But say you don't even want to do that. Okay, then how about you just simply, and I'm going to encourage you to say it out loud, ask out loud, who am I? Who am I? And just allow yourself to ask that, feel into, just, connect with your feelings in that moment. Pose the question out loud, and then go about your day. Go about your day, remain open, and the answer is going to emerge. You're going to get clues, hints, insights to who you are and who you are in this moment. Because as we're growing and evolving, who we are will also evolve. So you may have, one answer today and maybe a completely different answer a year from now. But let me get back to how that connects to what we were talking about here. If you're struggling to forgive, if you're struggling to see the lesson in something, come to that foundational space of getting in tune with who you are, because that's going to support you in finding more ease with forgiveness, more ease in seeing the lessons, seeing the gifts, the gifts in the lessons, the light that is emerging from the situation, again, however dark. Yeah, and there's so much purple here too. So we have a rich purple here. I don't know how well you can see that. This is maybe not exact match, but it's comparable to the purple that you can see on the screen in the corner there. Then we have a light lavender purple here. And then this is more of a magenta, but it's also purplish. In fact, I think on screen, this one looks most purple. And what does purple represent? Well, purple represents connection with your divine guidance and your, source. You might even just want to sit in silence and just declare, I'm open to receive. I'm open to receive the ease in forgiving. I'm open to receiving the ease in knowing that I am the light. I'm open to receiving clarity and peace of mind. I think I already said this, but I'll say it again. I'm open to receiving ease in forgiving myself. Yeah. I personally love this part, how it says, reclaim the disowned parts of you that yearn for love and acceptance. I believe when we take time to do the inner work, and it's so funny. What was it? I think I saw a commercial. Yeah, I saw a commercial where someone was talking about a lot of people don't want to do the inner work because they think that it will take up too much time or maybe be boring or something to that effect. Here's the thing. We waste more time when we don't do the inner work, because then we just keep staying in the same place, in the same habits and patterns and thought processes and all of that. But when we take the time to do that, that opens up space so we can finally, move forward in whatever way we desire. And yeah, I could go on and on, so I'm going to not continue on there, but give yourself grace. Be patient with yourself. The best place for you to be at any point in time is right where you are. And I know sometimes that just sucks. I know from my own experience. I get it. I know. And yet that's right where you're meant to be. And, loving yourself forward, learning to love yourself forward, learning to allow yourself to have kinder thoughts, right? It talked about being a student and learning. You're learning through your own experience. And that truly is a gift. There's so many different belief systems, and I'm not taking anything away from, whatever you believe, but I'll just share, I am a big believer that we come here as souls to earth to learn and grow. And I've heard many people say that earth is the hardest life school that there is. It's the hardest. So keep that in mind, right? The hard things that you're going through, if it helps you in any way, I don't know if you already think like this, but if it helps you in any way to think that, you came here, your soul came here with the understanding that it was going to go through some really challenging times to learn some things and be able to grow and evolve as the beautiful light-filled being that you are, through learning more about yourself, through learning, the truth of who you are and how to navigate the human experience. We come out of this life experience. Well, I think the intent is right. If you're here on earth, I think the intent is that our soul is like, yes, I'm going to go to earth. I'm going to have this challenge and this challenge and this challenge. I'm going to learn through all these things and I'm going to come out, so much more, I don't know, whatever, whatever the goal is, right? You're gonna come out better for it. And then we get here as humans and we're like, WTF? What is this? Right? And there was a book. I've mentioned this a long time ago. Many times anyway. There was a book when I was going through really, really, really tough time 20-ish years ago. This book just showed up out of nowhere. I don't know where it came from, honestly. It's called The Little Soul and the Sun by Neil Donald Walsh. And I read this book and I loved it so much. I actually bought it as a gift for a few people in my life at the time. And I even ended up doing a recording of it here on YouTube. So if you are not familiar with that, and this is resonating for you, if you're in a space of needing to forgive, you know what? Check that out. Either get the book yourself or just go on YouTube on my channel, search for The Little Soul and the Sun. And it's about 20-minute video. And I read the whole book and you'll get to hear the whole story because it really helps in being able to have a higher perspective of how we as humans interact with each other in our day-to-day life. And when we have situations with another person that is really hard to forgive, and helps bring us back to that space of knowing that we are light. All of us, even those who may be acting out of a space of darkness at times, right? And sometimes we're the light and someone else is the darkness, and sometimes they're the light and we're the darkness. So when we can have grace for ourselves and forgiveness, and then recognize so what was the purpose that served? It served the purpose of you learning from it and growing from it. And what are you going to take from it? So, okay, I'm repeating myself at this point, and this video is a little longer than I was expecting already. So, no matter what it is that you may be in the process of feeling like you need to forgive yourself from, you are still accepted. You are still worthy of love, worthy of being here, worthy of your own forgiveness, worthy of so much more in the future, right? So as we go through, if this is resonating as it's coming through, right? Because even this looks like someone going through a challenging time. That's what I'm getting from it, right? Being in a period of sunset. Maybe you feel like the sun is setting in your world. The angels are still right there with you. You are never alone. So I'm going to encourage you to take time to, man, this might be really heavy for you. And I'm so, so, so sorry. This is your time to learn to love yourself. Cry it out. Cry it out if, as much as you need to. Maybe you need to scream and shout, do so safely, please. Don't harm anybody. Exercise it out. Ooh, that's such a great way to release energy, right? If you've got pent up anger, frustration, that is such a great way to release energy. Journal it all out and start to let those waters run clear. You know what? This is reminding me of a video I've wanted to share. I'll have to do that. Let those water, you just keep doing it. You just keep tuning in and clearing out and working on you, giving yourself love, listening to the angels, connecting and communicating, and giving yourself grace. I don't know why I held this one up. Giving yourself grace. Yeah, this is the forgiveness card. Forgiving yourself, allowing that to not only soften you, but knowing that it also will have a ripple effect and contributing to healing within whatever relationship that maybe you also want to heal right now. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. Feel free to let me know how this is resonating for you. If you enjoyed this, feel free to give it a like, comment, share, all of that, or a subscribe. That's always helpful. And just know that you are never alone. You are always loved. You are absolutely light. And there's always, always, always hope. Have an amazing day. I'll see you again soon.